Hey everyone, Aaron here, and today I'll talk to you about the latest Stacklands update called the Dark Forest. We've been working on this update for a couple of months now, and we are finally releasing it today. So for this update, our goal was to improve the combat in the game. Previously in Stacklands, I think the goal was just to get more villagers and you win the fight. But now we wanted it to be a bit deeper and more fun to play around with, while also keeping it approachable. So let's just dive right into the big changes we made. So point number one is that you can now give villagers multiple items. Previously, if you gave a sword to a villager, they would just turn into a swordsman. The sword would be gone and that would be the end of it. Now instead, all the villagers have 3 inventory slots. So they'll be able to wear something on their chest, something on their head, and something in their hand. So once you give them a sword now, it will go into their hand slot. You can give them more than just a sword. You can also give them helmets, amulets, tools, armor, etc. So we added all these different items to play around with. And so these items will improve their combat stats, a bit like in an RPG. But some items will also give them special abilities, like being able to stun enemies or being able to heal allies. Some items will also make them better builders. So for example, if you give a villager a hammer, they will turn into a builder villager and they'll be able to build faster. So you can make all these different combinations with these items and you can give them to most of your villagers. So you can also make a dog wear a bunny hat and give them maybe a demon sword and make all these fun combinations between all the different items. So point 2 is that there are now 3 different attack types. There's melee, there's magic, and then there's ranged. These 3 interact in a sort of rock, paper, scissors kind of way where they are stronger against each other. Melee beats magic, magic beats ranged, and ranged beats melee. During combat, you can rearrange villagers to fight against enemies that they're strong against. So you'll always want to make sure that your ranged fighters are facing their melee enemies to do the maximum amount of damage. I think what's interesting there is that it's a bit like a puzzle, because a lot of times you won't be able to perfectly counter their enemies, so you'll have to figure out the best way you can counter them. Point number 3 is that there's also a new area, and this new area is called the Dark Forest, like the name of the update. And in this area you'll be able to experiment with all the new combat stuff. So you'll fight groups of enemies that gradually get stronger, and you'll need to make sure your villagers are well equipped to be able to deal with that. There is an end to it, but it's pretty difficult to get there, so you'll have to see for yourself if you will be able to make that. Those are like the major changes to the combat. We have also added some quality of life fixes. We've added some new quests to go along with the new content, and we've added some new achievements, some new Steam achievements. To be honest, it's a pretty big update. There are over 100 new cards and there's a bunch of new stuff to discover. I think the new combat is pretty fun, and I think it's fun to give your villagers all these weird new items. Yeah, once again, of course, always let us know if you have feedback, and if you find any bugs, also let us know and we'll do our best to fix them. For now, thanks for watching, and go play the update, I guess.